proposals also express varying positions on the question of the moratorium on customs duties for e-commerce that, as you know, expires at this session. As chairman of the General Council, I conducted consultations on the matter over several months with a view to making a recommendation to this conference. But unfortunately, we were unable to converge on a single recommendation to ministers, and therefore, all 8 proposals are before you for your consideration. My last report to the General Council on e-commerce contains a detailed account of our conversations on the matter. I should also note that another moratorium expires at this session of the Ministerial Conference. This one related to the TRIPS non-violation and situation complaints. At MC10, the ministers directed the TRIPS Council to continue its examination of the scope and modalities for TRIPS non-violation and situation complaints, and agreed that, in the meantime, members would not initiate such complaints under the TRIPS agreement. The TRIPS Council considered the matter at each of its regular meetings since MC10, but has not reached a final agreement on a recommendation. You ministers may therefore also need to consider this issue in the course of this session. On another important matter, members were also engaged in a process of drafting a possible outcome document for this ministerial conference. That is a ministerial declaration, a draft ministerial declaration. Despite the challenging environment and limited time to undertake this work, members agreed to take up the challenge in Geneva and to make their best efforts. We did indeed register some good progress, but here again, we were unable to bridge all the differences amongst members, and some of the issues were of a highly sensitive nature. As time was running out, my assessment was that there was no longer a basis to productively continue the drafting exercise on the opening paragraphs of a possible ministerial declaration, and we suspended further work in that regard. It's also important to bring to your attention that at the time of the suspension of our work in Geneva, Argentina, the host of the conference, expressed its intention to pursue work on the ministerial declaration.